The Singulair treatment system requires 4 scheduled service inspections at 6-month intervals during the first 2 years of system operation. Check your local regulations for service technician qualifications and service requirements. The product manual provides guidance through each step of service, as well as installation and troubleshooting. We recommend you reference the manual throughout service inspections. If the system requires disinfection or dechlorination tablets, be sure to have a supply of Norweco's Blue Crystal and Bioneutralizer tablets. Use a service inspection checklist, card, or door hanger to record service done to the system. Service inspection cards and door hangers are available through Norweco. The information contained in these service instructions is not intended to be a complete reference for service. Please see your Singulair Green product manual for complete service instructions for all system components. Always ensure safe working procedures are followed whenever servicing Singulair system components. The Singulair Green Tool Caddy Light contains tools used for installation, service, and troubleshooting of the Singulair Green system. All tools mentioned in this video are included in the Tool Caddy Light. Service starts with the Service Pro Control Center. Open the enclosure cover and confirm the control center is turned on and the power indicator light is on. Press the reset button for 5 seconds to perform an alarm test. The audible and visual alarms are activated for 5 seconds to confirm both alarms are working properly. The Model 206C aerator is located in the aeration chamber of the Singulair system. With the aerator running, approach the Singulair system. Listen for any excessive noise before removing the vented cover. Remove the vented cover over the aeration chamber and place it aside. Inspect the electrical connector assembly, aerator brackets, and bumpers for worn spots. Remove any debris from the aerator screens and intake ports. Using the flow meter, check the air delivery of the aerator. It should read approximately 3 cubic feet per minute. Airflow is critical to maintaining a healthy aerobic system. You may need to remove the aerator lifting handle to get an accurate reading. Before removing the aerator, place the breakers on the control center in the off position. Unplug the aerator and check the cap for moisture. If moisture is present, dry out the cap and secure the closure cap over the female connector to keep it clean and dry while you work. Be careful when removing the aerator to ensure that the aspirator shaft does not come in contact with the riser. The shaft is precision balanced, and if thrown out of balance, it may lead to excessive vibration and shortened aerator life. The aerator is easily removed by one person. Use the blue lifting handle to remove the aerator. Lay the aerator on its side against the aerator access cover. Place the lower brackets on the cover to protect the intermediate and aspirator shafts. Loosen the 2 stainless steel set screws on the bottom of the intermediate shaft with an Allen wrench. Remove the aspirator shaft so it can be thoroughly cleaned. It is important to clean the intermediate and aspirator shafts thoroughly. These shafts deliver the air needed for an aerobic treatment system to operate as intended. Push the aspirator shaft cleaning tool with extension handle through the shaft. Be sure to remove any internal deposits from the 4 aspirator orifices. Connect the aspirator shaft to a hose to flush the inside of the shaft. Be sure to do this over the aeration chamber and use full water pressure to remove any obstructions. Clean the outside of the shaft with a brush or scraper. Remove the threaded lifting handle from the aerator. Push the cleaning brush through the stainless steel intermediate shaft and hollow motor shaft to dislodge any residue that has accumulated. Do not flush the motor shaft with water. Using pressurized water around the seals could damage them and lead to premature bearing failure. Thoroughly clean both the top and bottom surfaces of the foam restrictor with the steel scrubber. Before reinstalling the aerator, check the aeration chamber for the presence of non-biodegradable materials, paper, hair, grease, or oil. An accumulation of these materials indicates the pre-treatment chamber should be evaluated. Please refer to the tank pumping instructions in your product manual for details. Record the condition of this chamber on your service inspection card. On the bottom of the intermediate shaft is a yellow paint mark. The aspirator shaft has a matching paint mark. These marks should be aligned when installing the aspirator shaft. Before reinstalling the aerator lifting handle, wipe the threads clean and apply biokinetic lubricant to the threads. To reinstall the aspirator shaft, line up the paint marks on the aspirator shaft and the intermediate shaft to ensure proper balance and snug set screws. Carefully install the aerator in the mounting casting. Do not allow the aspirator shaft to touch the riser side walls. Make sure the weight of the aerator is evenly distributed on the feet of all 4 mounting brackets. Using the aerator test pigtail, check the aerator amperage. Before connecting the electrical connector, wipe the electrical connector with a clean, dry cloth to remove moisture or dirt accumulated during service. Plug the electrical test pigtail in between the male and female connectors. Turn on the control center and check the amperage of the aerator. The aerator should run at 4 amps. Record the amperage on the service inspection card. Plug in the aerator and check the electrical connection to make sure it is securely engaged. Secure the power cord in the blue clips on the brackets to prevent wear on the aerator electrical cord. Inspect the vent cap in the aerator access cover and clear the fresh air openings of any debris. Replace the vented access cover over the aeration chamber. Make the appropriate notations regarding the aerator on the service inspection card. Service the biokinetic system next. Remove the clarification chamber access cover and set it aside. If the system is equipped with blue and green feed tubes, remove these tubes and set them aside. Remember to handle all chemicals with clean rubber gloves. Chemicals from the biokinetic feed tubes should not come in contact with each other, your skin, or your clothing. Refer to the blue crystal and bioneutralizer handling instructions and container labels for safety procedures and first aid. Chemicals from the feed tubes may cause grass or landscaping to discolor. Remove the moisture vapor shield from the top of the system. Lubricate both sides of the outlet sealing tool with the biokinetic lubricant. Insert the tool between the outlet coupling and the discharge flange. The tool will keep all contents inside the tank while you are servicing the system. A green safety reminder cord is attached to the outlet sealing tool so the service provider knows to remove it after service to the biokinetic system has been completed. Remove the access cover over the pretreatment chamber. Place the safety service guard over the pretreatment access opening. If the biokinetic system requires complete cleaning, please refer to our biokinetic system disassembly instructions. Thread the small handle onto the end of the universal tool. Place the small handle underneath the straps on the inner assembly to remove it from the chamber. Place the inner assembly on the safety service guard. Line up the 4 wing nuts on the bottom of the assembly with the grooves in the service guard. Rock the assembly back and forth and side to side several times while spraying water into the discharge opening of the flow deck. This will loosen up the deposits on the deck plates. Once you have completed this, set the inner assembly aside to begin work on the outer bucket. To remove the outer bucket from the clarification chamber, turn the 4 locking lugs clockwise. Use the large handle of the universal tool to remove the outer bucket. The drain valve will allow water to rush out, making removal easy. When guiding it out of the tank, be careful not to drag the media against the side of the riser because it can cause a tear or rip. Place the outer bucket on the service guard upside down. Use a hose to wash off the filter media. Continue spraying until all sludge and wastewater has been flushed from the media. Inspect the perimeter settling zone to be certain that it is totally clean. Check the flow equalization ports to be sure that they are unobstructed. Record the condition of the biokinetic system on the service inspection card. Before reinstalling the biokinetic system, turn on the toggle switch in the control center to start the aerator and scrape the hopper walls of the clarification chamber with the hopper scraping tool. The biostatic sludge return works off the currents that the aerator produces to return material scraped off the hopper to the aeration chamber for further treatment. Check the surface of the clarification chamber for grease and biologically untreatable material. Check the biostatic sludge return and ensure that it is securely engaged to the chamber wall. Note the liquid level and condition of the clarification chamber on your service inspection card. Apply a liberal amount of biokinetic lubricant to the entire face of the discharge flange of the biokinetic system. Place the large handle of the universal tool into the lifting rib located at the top of the outer bucket and lower it into the chamber. Look through the viewport to line up the discharge flange with the outlet coupling. Use the drain valve opening tool to open the drain valve diaphragm, allowing water to enter the chamber. Engage the 4 locking lugs by turning them clockwise into position. Insert the inner assembly into the outer bucket, making sure it is pushed all the way down to the bottom. Check the bubble level to confirm the flow deck of the biokinetic system is level. Use a 7/16" socket wrench to adjust the 4 leveling bolts if needed. Leveling the flow deck is essential for the proper operation of the biokinetic system and feed tubes. Reinstall the moisture vapor shield on the biokinetic system. Make sure all 4 leveling bolts on the biokinetic system engage into all 4 holes in the moisture vapor shield. This is a friction fit and does not require fasteners. If the installation requires disinfection, a supply of chemicals should be added to the feed tubes. The blue feed tube is for chlorine and is placed in the inlet side of the system nearest the aerator mounting casting. Before handling blue crystal disinfection tablets, carefully read the container label for instructions. There are 2 grooves on the bottom of the feed tube that engage 2 ribs on the flow deck. Put the tube through the moisture vapor shield and turn it until it locks into position. This ensures the proper chemical dose to the system. Fill the green feed tube with dechlorination tablets. Install the green tube on the discharge side of the biokinetic system. Use the green safety reminder cord to remove the sealing tool from the outlet coupling in the clarification chamber. This completes service to the biokinetic system. Place the access cover on the clarification riser. Clean off the service guard and replace the pretreatment access cover on the pretreatment riser. Test the control center alarms before leaving the site. Press and hold the reset button for 5 seconds until the alarms are activated. Close the cover of the control center enclosure and secure it with a new tamper-evident seal. Make the appropriate notations on the service inspection card. This completes our Singulair Green training presentation. If you have any questions regarding our Singulair Green wastewater treatment system, please contact our customer service department at 1-800-NORWECO. That's 1-800-667-9326. Thank you for your business.